What's up? My name is Jay. Hopefully, somebody watches this video. I don't know if someone will or not, but hopefully someone feels the way that I do, as an African American woman, living in the United States of America. This video was kind of inspired by the Beyonce controversy with the Super Bowl thing, and her getting a lot of flack for doing the Black Panthers. I actually was on Facebook this morning, and I saw a person of non-color make a meme or meme, whatever, a picture of Beyonce, the Black Panthers, and the Ku Klux Klan, and saying, well, if she could do this at the Super Bowl, then why can't we do the Ku Klux Klan? Which I actually thought that was absolutely ridiculous. And the reason why I said it's ridiculous is because I think that because in this day and age that we live in, people just kind of take what they're force fed in the media and take it for face value. Not a lot of critical thinking. People don't really think like, oh, okay, well, let me go ahead and Google this. It's kind of like Black Panthers, bad, violent, militant. Beyonce, bad for promoting. And then people just leave it at that. Well, the TV station said that it was bad. So that's what it is. Instead of saying, the Black Panthers are bad. I really don't know too much about them. Let me go ahead and Google it or research it. People don't really do that. So, not saying that some people do, but, a lot of people don't. So I just wanted to kind of just real fast, give the difference between the Black Panthers and the Ku Klux Klan. So basically, the Black Panthers was a group that was created simply to help Black people. Help Black people get a fair start, a good foundation, because back then when that was created, there was a lot of stuff going on. Okay? There's a lot of stuff going on now, but, it wasn't a lot of hiding, like people do now behind computer screens, keyboards. It was very tangible, in your face, racism. And there were a lot of things that are put in place now to stop open racism. So that's why it was created, basically. Not going to go around it too much. Basically, it was created fundamentally to help Black people. And other minorities, but, majorly Black people. They even had a mission, I guess, kind of mission statement or 10 points that they were trying to achieve. And I went ahead and kind of paraphrased and wrote them down because I didn't want to take a chance on missing any. Number one was freedom. Number two was full employment. Number three was robbery of Black communities, overdue debt, etc. Number four, decent housing. Number five, education for Black people, teaching the true history of Black people. Number six, free healthcare. Number seven, into police brutality of Blacks and other minorities. Number eight, ending wars of aggression. Nine, freedom for all political prisoners, making sure there were trials done by your peers. And number 10, land, bread, housing, clothing, justice, etc. So that was basically the foundation and what the Black Panthers hoped to achieve with their group, with their organization. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything and say that there weren't some violent ideologies. I know that there was a thought process of nonviolence, not being able to fix or settle everything. Sometimes there might have to be violence used. Now, as far as that goes, it's kind of hard to really say truly what was done and what wasn't, because the FBI really wanted the Black Panthers disbanded badly. So they had moles within the organization that they put in place to do things illegal things so that they would get blamed on the Panthers. Also, the FBI writing letters, starting things, causing discord between, heads of the organization and things of that nature. So I'm not saying that nothing violent happened. I'm just saying that we don't know truly everything. But the basic foundation of the organization was to help. Now, when you want to take the Ku Klux Klan, which was an organization based on hate, the intention was, which was the mission statement, white supremacy, so that white people can be supreme and reign over everyone. That to me is a total difference in your thoughts there. Like you got one organization that was created to help people that weren't getting a fair shake, clearly, versus making sure one group is supreme over everyone else, especially minorities. And then you want to think about, like I had looked up, about the 3 times that they, were broken up and put back together. They were kind of started because a lot of farmers, when slaves were freed, then there were a few that became farmers and were very successful with farming, which of course, if you were a slave, you were used to working hard in a farmland situation. And that was kind of a life or death thing. You had to work. So of course, those people that were used to doing that might flourish in those situations. So, people would get mad about that. People of non-color, they join the Ku Klux Klan, sometimes burn that farmland. Those people might get killed, or those people might get run off, things of that nature. Those were a lot of people that joined. And then we're not even going to talk about through the whole chain of different Ku Klux Klans, the many thousands of murders, lynchings of Black people, other minorities, Italian people, foreigners, that were at the hands, rapes, aggravated assaults, people that didn't die or almost died, women, babies ripped out of them, all type of things that were done at the hands of this organization. So, in my opinion, for you to compare a group that their intention was to help a group that was oppressed get a foothold in being successful, versus a group that was rooted in hatred, to compare those two is absolutely asinine. So I really wanted to kind of talk about that. And I mean, if you don't believe me, feel free to Google the whole setup of the Ku Klux Klan, what went on, court cases that happened, things that people did to people, all in the name of that group, versus the things that happened within the Black Panther situation. And I kind of basically really wanted to say that because I really don't see a problem with a celebrity that is of color trying to uplift her fellow people of color, seeing as though in the situation we've kind of seen a resurgence of open hatred. Just like taking Cam Newton, for instance. I'm not even really a sports fan like that, but I saw so many tweets about nigger this, nigger that, nigger this, nigger. Like, whoa, I'm just like, these are people you work with. You pass in the street, you might get served by them at a restaurant or meet them in, it's just absolutely crazy. So I think that, in this type of situation that we're living in now, for you to want to help or kind of just do something to uplift your people, I don't see anything wrong with that. And then, there are people that say, well, hey, that BET, that having those things are divisive. If you want to be accepted on an equal playing field, you don't need those things. But that's not true, because the standard is white, and so if the standard is white, then you need those things to see yourself. just like, their Hispanic programming. That's the reason why they have that, because they need to see themselves and have things that cater to them. And that's the same for African American people. But when the standard is white, those things are already in place for you. Like, anytime you have a movie where it's a white cast, no one says anything. It's just accepted, because that's the standard, I'm not saying anything about having all white people in the movie, not at all, but I'm just saying, so if you have an all black cast or an all Hispanic cast, then that's so that they can also see themselves, and I don't even really want to get into anything else too much further with this, because I just wanted to talk on the Black Panther and the Ku Klux Klan situation with Beyonce, but hopefully that is a little bit help in some way for someone that maybe just didn't understand. But yeah, I know a lot about racism and, institutional racism and the things that we've gone through when slavery began and the end, and how we still have these effects and the reason why certain things happen now generationally. I was going to talk about all of that, but I was like, no. I'm just here to talk about the Beyonce thing right now. So if anyone ever wants me to talk about anything else, I have no problem with it. But anyway, my IG is Bombshell Beauty by Jae, Jae. And I'm out.